It does. It's supposed to be for outreach to the community, but I don't have a copy of that with me. There's a resolution that spelled it out, and a procedure was written for.
What was the intent behind it?
The intent was that the labs felt that they couldn't do anything, they didn't have a budget.
Right.
They were sometimes asking their friends groups for money to do public forums and things like
Okay.
that. So that was part of it, but I believe the purpose was to help them, support them in finding community, getting community input.
Right. That's really very interesting, that the commission did that for the labs rather than each city doing that for the bodies that they had appointed. Oh, you're appointing the labs.
Right.
Do those individuals have any relationship to the cities that, so they only have a relationship to the library? Okay.
On the lab, there's generally a liaison from the city council.
But I think there's varying degrees of interest on the parts of the cities where the liaison appointed, whether they actually come to the lab
Absolutely.
meeting or not. For instance, Sebastopol had, very attentive
Right.
city council members with the liaison, and when you change that appointment, that can change that person's
Okay.
appointment.
So in terms of, I'm already seeing a bunch of action items that we need. Start. Where can I put this that you guys will be able to see it?
That wall was a little work here.
I may not
Into this thing.
Oh, I like those wheels.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's okay. Okay. Oh, great. All right, so in terms of agenda items, action items. One, I think it'd be great if we all understood or had a copy of the bylaws of each of the LABs. Right? Because each of you, each of the commission members have a relationship with one of the LABs so that you have the ability to get them, right? You have a relationship.
Right, and that's on the website, the library's website. You can, I believe-
The bylaws for each of the LABs?
That might be by, I believe you can, yeah. You should be able to, because it's a public entity. Yeah. So we each should get a copy of each lab.
So each of you should understand your, right, but I don't think all of you need to know the whole.
Okay.
But I do think, yeah, I do think that everybody needs to understand the ones that they have the relationship with, right? Because they're a conduit to you,
Right.
right? I mean, obviously they're a conduit to the whole of the commission, but they would most likely reach out to the commissioner that represents their library. All right? Yeah.
Well, my question is, so the intent here is for each of us as commissioners to be aware of the individual bylaws of our particular labs that we're
Yes.
associated with?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And then ultimately, you're gonna want to understand if there's, what is the commonality, and then maybe what are the outlying.
So from your perspective, as working with many library
Yes.
systems, is there generally this disconnect or discontinuity of labs in terms of standard operating procedures, if you will, use that language? for bylaws?
Let me tell you the structure that I'm most familiar with in a situation like this, because you have a county library system, right, that serves the county. Do you also have municipal libraries that don't exist, okay, well, so that's an anomaly there. And usually when you have a county library system, you have at least one city that's has their own library, all right? So you have a county library system that serves the whole of the county of Sonoma. And you have a JPA agreement with all of its cities, right? And then you also have libraries in unincorporated areas. They're all
We have some rural stations, but they're considered like Occidental and Forestville are part of the Guerneville
right.
group.
Well, and then Guerneville is an unincorporated area, and Also Roseland is, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. So there are unincorporated areas, and you are still, I mean, those